Welcome to the Jill on Money podcast. It is Wednesday, October 7th. All right. There's so much going on in the universe. It almost seems mundane for me to say this, but I'm really excited to read the Federal Reserve's minutes from their last meeting. Okay. I'm not really excited, but I will do that. I promise. More importantly, I want to hear from you guys. We want to help you. We, Mark and I, want to help you try to do the smartest things with your money in your personal financial life, not just for the end of this year, but for a long time going forward. So how can we help you out? Only if you can send us an email. Ask Jill at jillonmoney.com. Ask Jill at jillonmoney.com. That's what Linda did. She is calling from Minnesota. Linda, welcome to the show. What can we do for you?
Well, I find myself at 64 years of age unemployed. Not completely surprised by that, but I thought maybe I could hang on another year, but didn't happen. So the question is, do I use my IRA funds and let my Social Security payout grow? Or do I collect my Social Security at 66? I'd wait till 66 at least, probably, to do that. And so, which is a better way to go? Take that guaranteed Social Security increase every year, or
tell me a little bit about the money that you have. You said you've got some money in retirement. How much is there, and what portion is tax deferred, and what's post tax? What's going on for you?
Sure, I've got in a traditional IRA, I've got a little over $900,000.
Okay.
And in my Roth, I've got about $325, $327, something like that. Okay,
great. And how about money outside of those accounts, Linda?
Yeah, I've got just some mutual funds, and that's about $200,000.
Okay.
Well, and then I'm a saver for specific purposes. So I have several other little funds that are earmarked for to buy a new car. I've got $34,000 in that. I've got $31,000 in my go on vacation when I'm retired fund.
I like that. Okay, so how much money do you think that you would need to draw from your accounts to fund yourself? Like, what are we talking about?
Well, I've been on unemployment. So one finds out you can live on very little when you need to.
Yeah.
So I've been on unemployment here. I've got a couple more weeks of that going. So I would say, the big expenses, of course, are when property taxes and insurances due. But generally, from a monthly standpoint, I can probably get by with a couple thousand, $2,500 a month.
Okay, that's great. And what is the Social Security at your full retirement age? You said 66. How much would that be?
That is $2,600 and some change.
Oh, okay. And what about at 70?
It's $900 more, $3,500.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. Do you have a spouse or?
I do not.
Okay.
Single person.
Got it. And tell me about the house. How much is that worth?
About $260, $70, all paid off.
Oh, great. Okay. And the couple $100,000 that you have in the mutual funds, I'm kind of intrigued by that. Normally, I would say tap into that first.
Okay.
Is there any reason why you wouldn't? Is there some humongous gains that you have in those funds?
There is some. One of them is the S&P 500, which of course that's
So
I've
that's
had that
biggie.
fund forever.
Yeah.
So so there's a big gains in that.
Okay, there's an interesting theory that I want to kind of float by you, and that is this: you are about to not have a lot of income, and as a result, it may be worth your while to actually take money out of your traditional retirement accounts.
Okay.
So, especially because you're basically saying that you don't need a lot to live on. Now, I would hazard to guess that if we could get you, I don't know, let's call it 40 grand a year from the traditional retirement account. If you can get 40, that'll amount, you'll have to pay tax on it, but that's only the 12% tax bracket. So if you pull 40 out of the traditional, I think you get your $2,500 a month, pretty close to what you need. You could always round it out. You could, take a little bit more. But I think that paying at the 12% rate and getting some of the money out of this traditional is actually going to be smart for you, because you'll see when you actually get your Medicare and you get that as income starts to rise and you're forced to take money out of your traditional IRA, you're going to end up paying more for Medicare. So even though this is usually not like the most, common advice, because of where tax rates are, I think this could actually work for you. Again, if you pull 40 out, you pay 10 grand of taxes, let's say. You'd probably be less than that, but let's just say, then you've got your 30 grand to live on. I think that will probably get you exactly where you need to go. You need to do it for, what do we say, 6 years, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That'll get $250,000 out of there. I think that this works because then you're going to have that higher amount of Social Security for the rest of your life. And then we'll still have a bunch of money in the traditional, a bunch of money in the Roth, and the mutual funds. So I think that's the game plan. I think you wait till age 70. You pull the money out of the traditional retirement accounts. You try to stay in that 12% tax bracket. And I think it works.
Well, I was leaning that way, but like you said, it doesn't seem like it's the normal way people would tell you to do it. So.
No, I'm very abnormal. You'll find that. You will. But I think you're in good shape. I know it's very upsetting to people, like if you're counting on working for a long time. I know that it can be incredibly upsetting to be in that place where you're like, well, wait a minute, I thought I was going to be working for all this time. I think that what you're actually proving to all of the other listeners out there is that when you count on working longer, it doesn't always end up that way, which is why you need to save. And frankly, you've been an amazing saver. So congratulations. I think we got, if you run into anything else and you got a question, feel free to call us. But I think you're in good shape and I would proceed, try to stay in that 12% tax bracket. Again, that's $40,125 as a single person this year. Okay.
All right. Very good.
Sound good. Right. Good luck. Take care.
Thanks so much for your help.
Oh, a pleasure. Thank you so much for calling.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that's it. That's the show. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, you don't want to miss a single episode. And we do broadcast every single day. Subscribe to us wherever you get your favorite podcast, maybe Apple or Spotify or Stitcher or radio.com, Google Play, wherever. I don't care. As always, wash your hands, wear your masks, maintain that distancing, and lift somebody up today. It will make you feel better. We'll talk to you tomorrow.